this first quarter. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now on 2nd and 13, Stafford. And it's intercepted.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here, because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 24. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Rams, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible when we watched it happen.
Our game here, the 2nd of 3 on this fine Christmas day. Coming up later tonight, the Bucks and Cardinals from Glendale. And then remember, as if your spouse hasn't chided you enough already, more football coming your way tomorrow night. Chargers and Colts on the 26th from the pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense. How do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, it goes against their offense and they have to run out on the field and try to put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Rams are 12-2 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now, because to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way, because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Stafford. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
That one goes for 30 yards.
You think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this, because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my...
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. K.J. Hamler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are on the board first on the road here in L.A. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And slow going there, as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work, because he's going to leak out the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
On the counter, this is Akers. And some room to roam now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Akers. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
I know flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Stafford. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Now it's Wilson. This pass caught by Hamler. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. To throw again is Wilson. He completes this to Sutton. Touchdown! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
14, Rams 3.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 28-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Stafford now to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Here's Smith to return it. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
Catch right there, and so far in this game,
Down.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson will throw again.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
and that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
After the interception, here's Stafford.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that will be incomplete as well.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 18 more yards there and another first down.
And the Broncos first down.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 16. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, Stafford here. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. action. Here's Stafford. This one caught by Isabella. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth, when the ball's arriving and there's a defender.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers...
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd have the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Stafford. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
That's returnable now for Smith.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
14. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 37. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw is Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. John Johnson with the INT. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 50, it's Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 4th down, Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. And somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Stafford. That's complete once again to Hopkins. And the Rams are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Akers will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Stafford. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's a big loss of 5 there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and goal.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Stafford. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense, get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here. He's got a man, complete! And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. An excellent gain, 35 yards. From the gun, it's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Play action. Now Wilson. And now here's another interception. And the Rams are going to have it here as they start at their own 24-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Play action. Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
To throw is Stafford.
And that will be incomplete.
For plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Stafford looks to throw again. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Turnover that just got him the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't think, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. So I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Out route complete to Dulcich. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, out and back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. Again, Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big 4th quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now a play fake it at Stafford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, another interception. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
And the Broncos first down.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 17, Wilson. Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. They go play action now. Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. K.J. Hamler, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. McManus's point after is good, and that will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Stafford. That's complete to the tight end, Hopkins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. On 1st and 10, Stafford. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now here is another interception. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their...
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the fourth quarter. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught at the 5. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Well, this was a blowout supported by both.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the boom. You gotta choose. Yeah, I jump out the booth. Then I might hop through the roof. Count all the rings. My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose, make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm Peyton. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me, cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home, you know I own all the property. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose. You gotta choose.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through.